Hi everyone, welcome back to Find Me in a Book, where cowboys bring the angst and exes can't help but make it complicated. Today we are talking about the last book in the Rebel Blue series, Wild and Wrangled by Lyla Sage. Wow, it is the end of a good era. I fell in love with the first book. Sorry, I'm trying to get my stack of books here. Uh, I have all of them because they just have been so good. They've been so solid. I've been really excited for this Wild and Wrangled one. I really enjoyed each of the characters and getting to know like the family that's in this. It's found family, it's small town romance. There's all different tropes throughout the series. There's single dad, this one's single mom, and like second chance romance. There's just all the tropes that you could want in this series. And it's such like a little hug. Like it's just a warm hug that you would want with small town. And there's humor in this, and it's spicy, and they're just really good. And of course, you can read them one off, but I do recommend reading all of them because they are all very, very good. In this book, we talk about Cam, or Camille. She is, so the third book is about Gus and Teddy. So Gus, he is the father of Cam's daughter. I can't remember the daughter's name right now, but they parent a daughter together. And it was after high school that they met and had that. And then they just were like, this isn't for us. Like, let's just be best friends. And so they co-parent very, very well. And the family, like Gus's family, loves Camille, and they've just like absorbed her. One of the reasons is because she doesn't have great parents. They're kind of that rich, snobby, stuck up, like have really, really high expectations for her. And so she's never really been happy. Like she hasn't been able to really like do the things that she wants to do. And so when she's young, they move to Meadowlark. And I believe in high school they move there. And so throughout this book, we have flashbacks of her and this guy named Dusty and how their romance started in high school and how it came to be. And you see he's just this happy-go-lucky, really excited. He's best friends with Gus and his brother, and they just absorb him. He has a really great family too, and there's just something about Cam that he's like he gravitates towards. Like he wants to help her. And so you get to see like their first little romance, and then you get to see the breakup, and then years later she is actually engaged and at the altar to marry this person that her parents wanted her to marry. It's kind of like an arranged marriage almost, and he doesn't show up to her wedding. And so she leaves and goes to the bar, which is Brooks's bar. I think that's who it is. Emmy from the first book, it's her husband, boyfriend. It's his bar. So we get to know that bar pretty well. Cam goes there, and she doesn't know that Dusty is sitting like in the background. He's back in town. He has actually left. When he was finished with high school, he's like, I have this plan for college. I have this plan, all this, and I have to go. And Cam was like, I can't really come with you. And so they like split. And so he is chasing dreams. Like he is going everywhere, doing everything. He's just kind of like a wild guy. But he is ready to come back to his hometown. And so he does. And he's kind of been around, and Cam has been avoiding him a lot because she knows that he's back, obviously. And so she's at the bar in her wedding dress, and Gus and a couple of the others come in, and they're like, hey, like, how can we help you? Because they were at the wedding and saw everything and helped her get out because the fiance didn't show up. So they're like, hey, how can we help you? Da, da, da. She goes to the bathroom because she's like, I just can't deal with this. And she's in there for a while. Nobody can get her out. And until Dusty goes to the door, and he's like, hey, how can I help? Like, tell me what you need. And she's like, oh, get me out of here. So he takes her and they go to, it's so silly. Like they go to a Chili's and they just like have fun and like kind of lighthearted ribbing and just to get her out of this zone like of heartbreak. Like but it's not even that she's like heartbroken because she didn't love the guy and he didn't really love her. Like they were both doing it for their parents and he just didn't go through with it. So she's trying to process through that, and everyone is so kind in the town and the family is so kind and take over like her responsibilities with things. And she's a lawyer. She like works in Jackson Hole, and she's like got her crap together. And so when this happened, she's like, I don't know what to do. Especially like she's a single mom, she's juggling having a career, this heartbreak, a new life, and she still puts on a brave face. Like she is just a very solid main female character. Like she just wants to impress her parents. Like she doesn't know her next steps. One thing that I didn't realize about this book is it is a slow burn. The other ones aren't really. Like they kind of get spicy, about halfway through, if not a little bit before. But this one was like right at the end, and I was like, where's the spice? Like, hello, like what's happening? But it's a good tension. It's a slow burn, slow tension, and it was great. Like I said, you see their high school days and up until the point, and then you see them start to trust each other again, start to see her let him in, because she rents this house and he actually rents a little house like behind it, and so it's like close proximity, and you just see like their friendship come back, and you see like his relationship with her child, and like he's a great resource for her, and he's just so kind and so like his old self, and of course she can't resist that, and he falls first. Of course, he's always loved her, and he tells her that, like, hey, I've always loved you. And she's the one that's kind of like, I just went through something really dramatic, like, and she takes quite a bit, which was really refreshing, because sometimes people just jump into these relationships way too fast, like in these books. I mean, probably real life too, but in these books that I'm like, wait, like you just had this big thing happen. Like, are you okay? Like, are you sure you need to be jumping into this other one? And that's what I really appreciated about this. It was a good timeline, and Cam really took her time to figure out what she wants and if Dusty is what she wants. And she becomes like, she has a hard shell around her heart, which is understandable. She's gone through a lot. And so it's nice to see that break, and for her to start feeling like herself again, and figure out what she really wants, which was great character development. I would say if I were to, I really liked all three or all four of these books. If I were to rate them or like rank them, I still think that the third one is my absolute favorite, with Teddy and Gus. Absolute favorite. I think I would go the third one, and then I would go the second one, and then I'd go this fourth one, and then I'd go the first one. I really like the first book, but something about these other ones, they just are better. Like I like the couples better, I like the characters better, I like the stories better. But I did really like the first story as well, like the first book. So overall, very, very good, Lyla. Like, and I know that she's already announced her next series, and I love the cover art on these, and her new one is so cool. It's kind of like the vintage look, and I'm here for it. It's so good. So I do recommend this book, especially to close out the series. I recommend reading it. It's fun. Even though Cam and Dusty aren't like officially part of the family, they are through their kid, the marriage, friends. So it was really nice to see where they ended up. And I'm kind of sad that like it's over, but I'm glad that it happened. The cheesy saying. This was definitely a favorite of Second Chance Romance. I'm not a big fan of Second Chance Romance, but Lyla did it right, and I really enjoyed it. And especially when there are like jump scenes to when they're younger, there was just the right amount that I loved it, because sometimes it gets like too much that I'm like, no, I want to go back to the present. Like, don't make me go back to the past. Like, I have a hard time with it, but this one went perfectly. And yes, I definitely recommend it. So I hope you enjoyed this video about the last book in Rebel Blue series, Wild and Wrangled by Lyla Sage. I appreciate you guys. Definitely like and subscribe. And let me know if you've read this series. Let me know if you are planning to read this series. Let me know if you have any questions about it. And I would love to discuss it. So anyways, thanks for being here, and I'll see you next week.